Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's not a good sign when you start tearing up before you even begin delivering the speech, so thank you, Representative Huseman. In October of 2008, I was with my family, just had one child. I was out on the West Steps, walking around. I was at the peak of my first campaign. And those of you that might have been around, it was a tough one. Might have even been the underdog, who knows. Didn't know what was going to happen. Representative Gustafson remembers, he's nodding. And I remember thinking out there that I wanted the chance for one day to walk through the front door and know what it was like to serve as a state representative. That's all I wanted. It was one day. Over the next 12 years, one other hope has become that someday I would get to deliver one of these speeches and get to leave here on my own terms. And so I guess today, here we are. Most of the speeches that we hear in here, retirement speeches, are stories and jokes, telling some old stories, and maybe one last chance to frame up how you're going to be remembered. But that's not the speech I'm trying to deliver to you today. To be honest, I don't have a lot of interest in leaving here with a big legacy, and that's never really been what motivated me. I came up here to try and make a difference. I am very much proud of my service here, make no mistake, and the incredible things that we have accomplished. But as I walk out of this building, that's not what's on my heart. I'm confident I was effective, and I had the privilege of leading a caucus through some of the most consequential and important years in the history of this state. And we did some great things. But I'm left wondering if I always did it the right way. My nature is to be cheerful and optimistic. I hope that you all have seen that, a sort of happy warrior. I've tried to be a positive influence on this place, serve with kindness and integrity, and I hope that you've had a chance to see some of that. But I also know that I've come up short of that far too many times. Too regularly, someone has to remind me to smile, and it always makes me feel a little bit bad inside. There are times I could have listened more. I could have been slower to anger, tried more to help, and at times fought even a little bit harder. But still, when all is said and done, I want you all to know that I did my best. I did the best I could to serve all of you, to serve the House Republican Caucus, and the causes that we believe in. To any of you, those, though, that I may have let down, please know that I'm sorry. I've often lamented that there's many things we learn here that are really helpful, and they don't translate outside of this building. They're not useful in our careers, but I have learned a few things that I'm going to take with me, because there are a few. Nothing really good gets done by one person alone. You are absolutely going to need help. Don't be afraid to depend on it, and don't be afraid to ask for it. What seems like big problems, sometimes that we don't feel like we could get through them, they have this way of working themselves out. And a little bit of patience, and a little bit of trust, and there seems to be a path. I've learned that there is no place that is colder and windier than the north side of the state capitol building in January. I've learned that relationships are everything. And if you want to be effective, you better work on them. And lastly, another thing I'm thinking is that the greatest opportunities to change our state and our world are not found inside these walls. And I think that's something that we just saw last night. I have a Bible verse that I've come back to many times over the years from my very first campaign. Acts 18, 9 and 10. One night the Lord spoke to Paul in a vision. Do not be afraid. Keep on speaking. Do not be silent. For I am with you. No one is going to attack and harm you, for I have many people in this city. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I guarantee you I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to be a part of that conversation about the future of this state. In most of my other speeches in here, back home, I've always tried to thank my family for their sacrifice. Make no mistake, I do. This time it's a little bit different. I'm pretty sure they're watching at home. So, guys, I want the four of you to know that I was never good enough or strong enough to do this on my own. Any good thing that came out of my time here is because you guys made it happen. The only people I'm going to mention by name today are Amanda, Owen, Noah, and Sophia. If you've ever been proud of what your dad has done, be proud of yourselves. I want you to know that you made a difference. And you need to be proud of what you have done for the future of the state of Iowa. My oldest son was born the day I first announced I was running, the little boy I pushed out in the stroller on the west steps that I told you about. I still have the newspaper clipping from the Des Moines Register of him and I on opening day back in January of 2009. I was holding him up, and we were down in the well. That little boy is 12 now. It's been 12 years. And he's really started to develop an understanding of what we do around here. Over the past several years, Owen has developed this really great knack of, at a time in life that's significant, he will pull out a song. It's uncanny. And a few months ago, when I went through a particularly disappointing part of my own life, he pulled out a song and knocked it out of the park. And I have, day after day, come back to the lyrics of that song. Make it count. Leave a mark. Build a name for yourself. Dream your dreams, chase your heart. But above all else, make a name the world remembers. But all an empty world can sell is empty dreams. I got lost in the light when it was up to me to make a name the world remembers. All the kingdoms built, all the trophies won, will crumble into dust when it's all said and done. All that really matters. Did I live the truth to the ones I love? Was my life the proof that there is only one whose name will last forever? The chorus goes on. I don't want to leave a legacy. I don't care if they remember me. Only Jesus. I've only got one life to live. I'll let every second point to him. Only Jesus. And I'm here to tell you that I will admit I have fallen far short of that. But I'm going to keep on trying. It has been a tremendous honor to serve here with you and in this building. Through the highs and the lows, the good and the bad, the disappointments and the victories, every single moment I consider joy that I had the privilege for even just one day to walk through the doors and be a part of it all. Thank you to everyone. God bless you all, and may God bless the great state of Iowa. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.